Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi. Droids are evil. Some Star Wars The Old Republic gameplay. I've finally gotten off the planet. Kind of the first thing Star Wars does is it gets you into kind of like the main story missions where you can do multiplayer. It's the mission that I first saw, not this particular one. I saw the Republic mission where you do that. It's the kind of the first mission going through. And it's what made me want to buy the game when it came out. I got my son's accounts, and as usual, they didn't leave the game, so it was money not well spent. And while the game plays, I want to go over AI is big in the news, and Chat GPT-4 is big in the news. And one of the things I want you to think about, if you draw back your camera view from where you go up some levels and you look at artificial intelligence, we still don't have general AI. We have specific things, specific tasks that are enhanced by AI or the AI can do. But if you've ever programmed before, it's just steps. And I guess one of the things you'd say about AI is that it can kind of quote unquote learn. That is, if you've defined an outcome for the AI that is successful, and then if you did something to that, go ahead and put that into the program, and that's an option at times. And over time, you could develop these new routines. Again, it's not learning, it's just using a probabilistic outcome that you set a criteria to use it. And it iterates, till it finds that. And I'm not a programmer in AI, and maybe it takes swags, wild ass guesses at it. But I want you to think about the reading level in the United States. And I want you to think about, 40 years ago, whatever, when you had to read all the time and there wasn't.
If you can hear this, please return to the bridge.
When I was growing up, there was these yellow books called, they were just shortcuts for the books. You didn't have to read the whole book. You could read the synopsis of the book. I was almost said Chilton's, but Chilton's was an auto, how to fix cars, Do you have a AMC Javelin from 72 to 1977, and here's the parts you need. And really, AI is nothing more than what people program it. And we get sold this, and Chat GPT might write some things, and people might use it to write their homework. And what it does, what the questionable part of it is, I guess it can sample all these things. You can put it like a formula in and then write in a formulaic manner. And that's the same thing, people can do that as well. And what a computer can do better than a human, it can just iterate that faster and faster and faster. So I'm not going to take anything. This isn't a John Henry versus this locomotive. This isn't that. I mean, I would grant you there's some things computers are better at. But that people can't tell the difference with what Chat GPT writes and what someone else writes is more a function of the literacy versus, what the computer does. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I could tell the difference between what Chat GPT writes and what someone else writes. But let Chat GPT, how would it come up with, just to do a Game of Thrones in the series of the Game of Thrones? And it would get near it, but it might not have the nuance. Or if you read books, a book that, as a philosopher, that I love is the book about Black Swan and Black Swan events. And the premise of that is that we identify black swans after they happen. We can't predict a black swan. But as humans, we then say, oh, it's obvious now looking in hindsight. And that's what science does a lot. It looks in hindsight, or it takes convenient. A great example of this is quantum mechanics and Einstein, where they said there must be secret variables that, in quantum mechanics, when there's entanglement, if the spin of one particle is up, the other spin has to be down. And no matter how far they're separated, that information is there. So Einstein thought that the particles there's a variable. That's right. Not hidden variable. How about squirt variable? And so you can read about that John Bell's theorem. Trying to go over that. Roxy doesn't like John Bell's theorem. She's a deterministic person. I more believe in free will. And so what Einstein said, there must be hidden variables. When you talk about people, whether they think there's free will or life is determined, the people that think life is deterministic will say, well, if we knew all the variables. That's the same hidden variable argument. And that's the same thing when you're reading AI chat 4, ChatGPT 4, is that it's close enough. It was a 5th grader writing it. It can write a term paper if someone plagiarized everything from the internet and put things together, could write that. Now I'm going to tell you what my experiment's going to do. I'm in I have an experiment which I'm going to run, and I have a feeling it will take the information's out there, has some algorithm to change the words a little bit, but it will essentially say what's already written out there. Here's a good part of, okay, so I've cut this getting bit to the game, and I'm going to show you the gameplay, but get rid of the story parts. This is a Jedi Padawan that's trying to stick up for this person. We're going to eventually... We came in contact with this transport to get this guy off of it. He's a guy that quit on our team, and now we're going to get him back. So we're fighting this Padawan. And this was the start of when I started not thinking Jedi, right? So I'm this Empire agent trying to do my job, and here's this Jedi standing against me. Not for any good reason, just for whatever. So I started questioning, is everything, and in the game it's an absolute. We'll get back to the AI thing in a second, because it's kind of important. But I wanted to give you this gameplay. It's probably the last one I'm going to do with this character. I'm going to start playing my other characters so you can get a flavor of more endgame stuff. Because once you do the stories, you're going to want to see what the endgame stuff is. Also have a commenter that obviously plays SWTOR, who has given a lot of good comments, a lot of tips. You can see I don't have that mini-map. That was mini-map. That's Alt-M. So thank him for helping me with that. So I have talked to the AI on the other ship. He said, oh, you better hurry back, there's an accident. So now we're running, this is the Republic ship we're on. This was always this first half of my ship, my thing crashed. And we're going back to our Empire ship. So you get a choice of whether to keep the guys a captive or bring them back or smoke them. So the point is, you see they gave me an AI to help me, and I'm going to run back and talk to this AI. And basically, the AI smokes everyone on a Empire ship, and then says, well, somehow they got nervous and an accident happened. And I put that gameplay in there, but don't delude yourself. There's not an AI. It can parse your chat, but that's all it's doing is what someone's programming it to. You might say that's what we do, and that's what people believe in deterministic, that you don't have free will, but then that means that nothing you do, everything you're going to do is already happening because it was determined. I don't believe in that. And some people believe that because we can predict the path of electron from the Big Bang, kind of. We can't predict all the
Please
quantum
go
mechanics
ahead.
because it's based on probability, and that's pretty much what reality is based on. But that's a talk for another day. Thank you for watching. Click subscribe, share. Ronan Kazi out.